Hi guys, welcome back. We are here to catch up with Flawless by Elsie Silver, and like I say every time, there's going to be things that I can't read out loud, and just pause the video, read it yourself, and pick up where we pick up. So, it is hot in my room in California. You pay out the wazoo for AC or whatever. And I'm in Fresno, the hot part, like 90s, 100s here. Yeah. So we left off on chapter 25, Rhett. Rhett, come to my room. Summer, no, I'm not tiptoeing around your dad's house and having sex with you on the same floor as him. That's tacky. Rhett, there's no one I'd rather be tacky with. Summer, my answer is still no. Rhett, I'll come to your room. We won't be on the same floor that way. Everyone wins. Summer, you're an animal. Rhett, we can call it a team meeting. Summer, you're going to call having sex a team meeting? Rhett, team building? Summer, what are we building? LOL. Rhett, rapport. Summer, nice try. Rhett, will you at least send me a nude so I can, all sat in alone? Summer, you're pathetic. Want to go for a midnight drive in the rust bucket? Look for the constellation that spells mine? Rhett, yeah, if I get you down on all fours, I'll find that one for sure. So how's traveling together been going? My dad asked over a mouthful of food from beside me. Table manners are a lost art in this house. It was enough for my dad to get a full meal down in front of 3 young boys. Well, 4 young boys, considering Jasper might as well be one of us for how much he hung around. He's here tonight, too. Made the trip out of the city for Sunday dinner before Bo deploys again. Anyone going to answer me? Harvey prods. I glance at Summer, who's at the opposite end of the table from me, wide-eyed, fork frozen in midair. I almost laugh. She's a terrible liar. Great. I shrug and stare down at my spaghetti and meatballs. Cade may be a grumpy asshole, but he's a grumpy asshole who can cook. Yeah? Bo asked, a curious smirk on his face. The wild child treating you well, Summer? She promptly fills her mouth with a forkful of noodles, nodding with an awkward high-pitched laugh before she points at her mouth apologetically, like that's the reason she's not answering. Her eyes dart to mine, and I laugh. I can't help it. He's running you into the ground, isn't he? Bo asked. Bless him. He's so sweet. He doesn't realize the button he's pressing. Cade does, though. I can tell by the way he's glaring at me across the table. It's hard to tell what type of scowl this is, but I think it might be one that says, you're not seriously fucking your agent's daughter, are you? I'm not so sure my dad is fooled either. Me? I don't care. If I cared what they thought, I'd have stopped riding bulls years ago. I'd be happy to sit next to Summer and sling my arm across the back of her chair, but I know she's not there yet. Unlike me, Summer really, really cares what people think. Summer lifts her napkin, primly dabbing at her lips as she takes a deep breath. I watch them flatten and fill back out under the pressure of her fingers and have to shift myself on the chair to accommodate the way. Oh, wow. She smiles serenely at my brother. No, everything has been absolutely fine. Very uneventful. When do you deploy? I'm assuming we'll see you all at the final rodeo weekend. She looks around the table innocently, but I know her comment is anything but innocent. It's just in the city. I'm sure you're all capable of driving to support Rhett. That draws a lot of dropped eye contact and increased rates of chewing. I'm not surprised. My family doesn't support me in this venture. It's not a new conversation for me at this point. Sorry, son. My eyes narrow at Bo, shortening her name like he knows her well enough to do that. I'm heading out early this week. Dad and I are making it a road trip across the country. But Summer is a fixer. Summer supports the people she loves. I'm sure she can't quite wrap her head around this. So she just continues to stare at everyone expectantly. I'll come, Luke squeals. I want to be a bull rider just like Uncle Rhett. Summer smiles. Great, I can take you. No, Cade's voice is downright arctic. This is not a conversation he likes to have, not at all. It's Jasper from beneath the brim of his team cap that takes over the conversation. I'll join you, Summer. I live close to the arena and we're off that night. She perks up with a terse nod, rolling her shoulders back and glaring at my dad and brothers. Wouldn't matter if you had a game. You could take the night off. That's how far y'all are from clinching a playoff spot. Bo guffaws at his own joke. Jasper rolls his eyes, shakes his head, and mutters, "Fucking dick." His voice holds no venom, though. Jasper and my middle brother are best friends, the kind most of us never get to have. Practically brothers. God knows Jasper needed someone, or a few someones, and those someones turn out to be the Eaton boys. "Well," Bo exclaims, clapping his hands together, "who's up for a field trip to the Spur? I want to dance with Summer before I leave." My teeth grind as I glare at my brother. "You're gonna ruin your teeth doing that, son." Harvey slings a hand across the back of my chair and grins at me. It's a creepy grin, a knowing grin. "Thanks, Dad." "Anytime. You know I'm a wellspring of good advice." He leans in closer while everyone else launches into talking about plans for later tonight. His voice goes lower. "That's why I'm going to give you this little tidbit of advice. Cool your jets. If you ever have something that no one else wants, you gotta ask yourself where the value is." I look over at my dad, face smushed together in confusion. "What?" He smiles wistfully, observing everyone around the table. It never mattered whose eyes were on your mom, because her eyes were always on me. He pats my shoulder and then leans back into his chair, leaving me staring down at the old oak table beneath my elbows. The lines in the wood, a testament to all the meals I've had in this exact spot over the course of my life. While lively conversation rolls on around me, I think about my mom, I think about Summer, and then I glance over at her. Her eyes are on me. I decide to take my dad's advice to stop beating my chest like a fucking gorilla every time someone so much as looks Summer's way. I decide to sit back at the Spur and soak her up. Bo and Cade grab the couches on the raised part of the bar. It's the same spot they always take, and magically, it's never in use. I think we're just well-liked enough in town to warrant a special spot. Bo got here before Summer and I did, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone else moved from the table when they saw him walk in. That or Cade scowled at them and sent them scampering off. Either way, from where I'm seated, I have a perfect view of the space they clear for a dance floor on honky-tonk Sundays. I'm pretty sure it's just a way to get people out on Sunday nights, and it works. Old school country music, line dancing, two-stepping. Chestnut Springs is a small enough town, but it's not all cowboys and ranchers. Which is why it always cracks me up to see people playing cowboy dress-up on Sunday nights. Eric, the financial advisor from the bank, has a huge silver buckle on his belt and is wearing a fucking bolo tie. This guy hasn't set foot outside a shiny clean bank in years, and I know he grew up attending a private school in the city. Laura is here, so obviously trying to catch my eye that I almost feel bad for her. The second-hand embarrassment is thick. Unlike Cade, who mean mugs every woman who approaches him and turns his back on them like that might make them disappear. I have a hard time turning women away. Not in a physical sense. I've spent many a night snuggled up to a woman at a bar just because I feel bad shutting them down. Even though nothing more than that happened, of course, all it takes is one photo of me with them for it to hit the internet and speculation to blow up. That said, I've never felt like I needed to shut them down. I didn't owe anyone anything, and I wasn't hurting anyone. But watching Summer two-stepping awkwardly with Bo right now, laughing and stumbling on each other's feet, my chest twists. I'm not sure how I feel so hard and so fast. I'm not sure of anything, really. My career, my health, but I'm pretty fucking sure Summer is a game changer in more ways than one. I'm also pretty sure I'm done being mature and watching my brother dance and enjoy my girl. I slam my beer bottle on the table and unfold myself from the couch. Cade gives me a speculative scowl, and I ignore him as I turn and stride to the dance floor. I catch Summer's eye from over Bo's shoulder, and she smiles at me. My stomach drops. The tips of my fingers itch to touch her, and fuck, those lips. We've been back for half a day, and not kissing her is driving me crazy. After an entire season of wanting nothing more than to be at home, I suddenly want to be on the road, only because I get to be alone with Summer when I am. My hand clamps down on Bo's shoulder. I'm going to cut in now. He looks over his shoulder with a grin, a knowing grin. Fucking shit disturber. Bo acts like a goof, but the fact of the matter is, you don't get the level of clearance he has by being a doofus. Nah, he's a hell of a lot smarter than he lets out, and sometimes I wonder if he's a hell of a lot more fucked up than he lets on, too. Sure thing, baby bro. He claps me on the back and holds Summer's hand out to mine before turning away with a wink. Hopefully to go keep a miserable-looking Cade company and scare Laura away from talking to him, too. I step in front of Summer, sliding one hand across her waist and linking my fingers with her before gazing down at her bright eyes and flushed cheeks. She looks happy. Having fun? Yes, she breathes. I haven't been out dancing in forever. I lead her into an easy two-step, having had a lot more practice at country bars than Bo. I know how to lead without looking like a total buffoon. It makes me miss Willa. Who is Willa? I lean down closer, wishing I could Thanos this place, snap my fingers, and make everyone else disappear. My best friend. You'd like her, Summer snorts. She's sort of the female version of you. Maybe that's why you handle me so well. Handle you, Rhett Eaton? I don't think anyone can truly handle you. I'm just along for the ride. Fuck yeah, you are. She huffs out a laugh, and I feel her breath against my neck. The dress she's wearing is tight and scrunched up over her torso, and then soft and flowing around her legs. It's begging for me to flip it up and bend her over. I met Willa taking riding lessons when I got sick again and had to quit. She kept coming to visit me in the hospital. She just never stopped. Sharing pictures, videos, I'm pretty sure we even watched you ride together. Her head tips down shyly when she admits that. Does she know about us too? Us? That was a stupid thing to say. There's not an us yet, but I didn't need to terrify Summer while I work on that yet. But she doesn't seem scared. She just presses her lips together and looks up into my eyes. The song changes to something slower, and she automatically steps into me, lining her hips up and sliding her hand over my shoulders to wrap both arms around my neck. No, well, not really. I believe a few weeks ago her suggestion was that I should, how did she put it, ride you like a bucking bronco. I lean down to whisper something in her ear, but can't resist pressing a kiss there first. I approve of this friendship. She giggles and runs her fingers up the base of my scalp through my hair like she always seems to enjoy. Careful. People here are going to think the infamous Bachelor Rhett Eaton is taken. I chuckle and spare a glance out to the bar. People are definitely looking, she murmurs. I pull one hand up and chuck her chin back toward me. Good, let them look. She just blinks at me, and I hate that anyone has ever made her feel like she isn't worth being seen with. Like she's some dirty secret to hide. They're going to talk. Then let them talk. You know I don't give a fuck what people think, Summer, and there is no one I'd rather ruin my reputation with. With one hand still gripping her chin, I kiss her. Fuck those people. Fuck Rob. Fuck her shitty sister. Fuck anyone who would make this woman feel like anything less than she is. She stiffens at first, shocked, but when her fingers go back to moving in my hair and her lips slide against mine, I know I have her permission to keep going. To keep ruining my reputation right here and now with her. If I were paying attention to anything other than the woman in my arms, I'd hear the hearts of girls breaking and the sound of my brothers whooping and laughing. But all I hear is the pounding of my heart and the sweet sighing noise Summer makes when my tongue dances with hers. We stand here, in plain view, kissing, in the middle of a makeshift dance floor, no doubt raising some eyebrows, making a statement, doing what we want rather than what we should. Chapter 26, Rhett. Summer, want to go for a midnight drive? Rhett, now who's the animal? Summer, still you, I'm the princess. Rhett, fucking right you are, my princess. Summer, okay, Neanderthal, meet outside, bring a condom. Summer, actually a few condoms. Rhett, I just bought a whole box, you should have seen the look I got from the cashier. Summer, great, we'll probably be in the town newspaper tomorrow. Rhett, what a headline that would be. Summer, gross, are we going out or what? Rhett, wear one of those prissy skirts, but no panties. Meet at the Rust Bucket. What is this? Summer places a gift bag in the middle of the table where I'm sitting, enjoying a coffee by myself. I'm feeling a little wrung out after saying goodbye to Beau this morning. He and my dad hit the road together to drive back to Ottawa, and while Summer's been at the gym, I've spent the last hour wondering if how I feel about saying goodbye to my brothers, how they all feel every time I leave for an event. It's a bag, Summer. I wonder how Summer feels when she watches me get onto the back of an angry bull. I don't know why, but I've never spent a lot of time considering how my job might make everyone else feel. I've been too busy not caring about what anyone thinks, and trying not to terrify myself with the realities of this sport. She juts out her hip and quirks her head, causing her thick ponytail to flop down her slender neck. The flyaways over her forehead stick to her damp skin after her workout. No shit, Eaton. Where'd it come from? I give her a lopsided smirk. Me? She rolls her lips together, appraising me. What is it? We spent the last few days stealing kisses in the hallway, or driving my old truck out into the field to sink into each other under the open sky. It's romantic as fuck. It's also the best sex I've ever had. Well, I've mostly convinced Summer to buck the rules. She's a real stickler for not banging in your dad's house, and is still convinced she needs to hide what we're doing for some stupid reason, even though everyone knows what we're doing. I've never been more motivated to get my own place so I can bend her over whenever I please. I don't know how you fancy types do gifts, but round here you find out what the gift is when you open it. Her mouth turns down at the corners. I don't have anything to give you. I laugh. That's such a Summer thing to say, always worrying about everyone else. I don't want anything, princess. It's a gift, just because. Now sit that fine ass down and open it. Her head bobs from side to side as she pulls a chair out. Well, I do love presents, she murmurs, eyes lighting as she pulls at the tissue paper. I shoved in there kind of haphazardly. When she reaches into the bag, she stills, eyes darting over to me. In a flash, she's tugging everything out. With the chops free of the bag, she makes this satisfied little sighing sound. Rhett. I sip out my coffee and enjoy watching her, every little drop of excitement that plays across her face. I've never gotten off on giving someone a gift quite like I'm enjoying this right now. Do you like them? Do I like them? Are you kidding me? I love them. But these are from the first rodeo we went to? I shrug. Did you order them or something? Nope. You bought them while we were there? Yep. Her mouth opens and closes as she holds them up again. They really are beautiful. The craftsmanship is top of the line. So is the price tag. When she surged ahead of me, I purchased them as fast as I could. But it's not a completely unselfish gift. I'm dying to see her in them. Why? Where else would you find a nice pair of child-sized chaps? She rolls her eyes. I got them because I saw you staring at them. I saw the look on your face. And then you told me you had to quit riding when you got sick. I thought you'd want to start again at some point. Maybe out here, with me. Then I saw you on my horse, a fucking natural, and I knew I'd made the right call. She blinks at me, eyes shinier than they were seconds ago. Her smile is watery as she stares down and runs her dainty fingers over the polished silver studs. I thought you hated me then. I shake my head, a little sheepish over what a growly prick I'd been to her. The only thing I hated was how badly I wanted you, princess. Thank you. She says it so earnestly it tugs on strings I didn't know exist. Those big, brown, soulful eyes. Fuck. I do anything she wants me to. I'm an absolute goner for this girl, and I never even saw her coming. You're welcome. My voice is gruff, and I know I need to tell her what this is, too. To tell her things I've been thinking about, like that once the season is over, once I'm not a client to her, I'm going to commit my entire off-season to convincing her to give me a shot. A real shot. A shot to be everything. But I chicken out, not sure I can handle a rejection or another person leaving me, especially not one who's rapidly become as important to me as Summer is. So instead, I just say, put them on, then you can thank me on your knees. Sorry. Summer grumbles as I lead her up the stairs, her hand wrapped in mine so damn perfectly. Her grumbles are half-hearted and done with a small smile. Something about if the press found out I'm a sex addict, they'd have a field day. When we get to my room, I shut the door and give her a little push into the sprawling space. Wood-beam ceilings boast an antler chandelier hanging over a four-poster pine bed. Big sliding doors open onto a spacious second-floor patio, which holds a small wrought iron bistro set looking out over the range, pointed right to the Rocky Mountains. Wow, she breathes, struck by the view. She stops and stares. Why the hell do you have your coffee downstairs with a view like that? I watch her as she admires the scenery. The slender column of her neck, the sharp angle of her jaw, dainty ear adorned with an understated gold stud. Summer is all class, all shiny and proper and well educated. It's fucking hot. It also makes me want to dirty her up a bit. The view downstairs has been better lately. She shoots me a playful look, pursing her lips and shaking her head. Show me the chaps. I take a step back and point at the custom leather in her hand. Summer turns to face me. I'm wearing workout clothes. These need jeans. She holds them in my direction. They need nothing. Lose the clothes, let me see. I jut my chin in her direction. Her dark eyes flare. You want me to put them on with nothing under them? Fuck yeah, I do. Her cheeks turn pink right before my eyes. I haven't had a shower. I'm all sweaty. Don't much care, princess. I cross my arms over my chest. Fully intend to get you all sweaty right now anyway. Her cheeks twitch as she glances away momentarily, shy but eager. She drops the chaps on the wooden floor with a heavy thud, rolling her lips together. The pink stain on the apples of her cheeks deepens to match the rose color of her lips. She undresses and I watch her like a total voyeur. She's literally just undressing and not even trying to be sexy. It's just that it's her, and everything she does is sexy to me. Workout tank top and bra gone, perky golden with a playful bounce. A sprinkling of freckles dust the tops of them, and I'd like to trace everyone, write mine on each of her. She peels off the tightest fuck leggings, bending over to clear her ankles and toes, and tosses them toward the pile of gym clothes beside her before straightening and looking at me. All curves, soft lines, and toned muscle. Like this? She breathes out, puffy lips parted, eyes a little hooded. No panties? Yeah, I agree with you about the view up here. Far superior. She gives me a shy smile in return, and I stride forward, needing to be close to her, needing contact. I slide my hands over her hips and the globes of her round ass as I drop to my knees in front of her. You're too fucking much. Too pretty. Too good. No, you are. Her hand cups my cheek, fingernails rasping over my stubble. I think I've wasted enough time with men who aren't good enough to know that you are better than good, more than good. I close my eyes and soak that up for a moment. Hearing that I'm enough for someone like Summer. I didn't know how badly I needed to hear that. All I can do is shake my head, press a kiss to her stomach, and reach for the chaps beside her. I hitch them around her waist, feeding the soft leather strap through the buckle, watching the silver detailing glint beneath her hip bones, wrapping one loose piece of leather around her leg. I start the zipper at the top and pull it down, careful not to catch any bare skin as I go. When I move to the opposite side, I notice a light tremor in my hand and shake my head again. Summer threads her fingers in my hair as I pull the zipper all the way down. Okay. Okay. We will... Okay, so pick up on chapter 27, Summer. Summer, you going to come to the rodeo with me this weekend? Dad, wouldn't miss it. Beers are on me. Maybe some of those cinnamon mini donuts, too. Summer, sounds healthy. Dad, if this were my last moment on earth, I'd want to go with a beer in one hand and a mini donut in the other. Summer, I hate you. Dad, I love you, too. We step into the trendy downtown restaurant, all whites and silvers and modern lines, and Rhett looks out of place here. Frankly, I feel out of place here, like something inside of me has changed in the last couple months. Before my time in Chestnut Springs, this was the type of place I would have loved to come for dinner. But spending long days in the prairies, seeing the mountains, being surrounded by people who value different things, well, I'm thinking they've rubbed off on me. That maybe my priorities have changed. Rhett's hand bumps against mine as he peers around the restaurant. He's reached back for me without even looking, possibly without even thinking about it. The girl who likes places like these pops up in my head, telling me I shouldn't hold his hand in public, that it's not appropriate, that I'll get one of us in trouble. But the new girl, the windswept, sun-kissed girl with beautiful custom chaps who makes love in the back of a rusty old pickup in the middle of a field, doesn't give a fuck. She tells me to slip my hand into Rhett's rough one and give it a squeeze. When his cheek twitches, I know I listened to the right girl. That smile is my kryptonite, and those hands and that mouth, including the toe-curling things that come out of it. Yeah. Actually, it would seem I'm just a big fan of Rhett Eaton, and not the cocky cowboy everyone else gets to see. The man who kisses me sweetly, who makes me feel taken care of, like I'm not a burden. The one who's just a little bit vulnerable and insecure. The man that no one else really sees. I'm not sure why he's opted to show me that side of himself, but I know I need to handle it with care. I know Rhett is far more sensitive than he lets on. His wounds run deep, and he's patched them with a public persona and a cocky grin that doesn't match the soulful man I've come to know. There he is. His opposite hand raises up in a salute, and he holds my hand tight as he strides across the room toward the table where Jasper is already seated. Hilariously, Jasper doesn't look like he belongs here either. His scruffy beard covers most of his face, and his shaggy dark blonde hair peeks out from under the team cap he's wearing. Hey guys, Jasper's eyes drop to our intertwined hands and his lips pressed together. Rhett, don't think I've ever seen you hold a girl's hand before, he continues as we pull out our chairs across from him. I flush and pull my hand away, but the minute we're seated in the clear, lucite chairs, Rhett reaches across the space between us and grabs it again, thumb rubbing and reassuring strokes. Didn't know grabbing a playoff beard was a thing when you aren't even, or growing a playoff beard was a thing when you aren't even close to making the playoffs, Rhett deadpans. Jasper smirks and dips his chin down to read the menu in front of him. Vicious little Eaton. He pops his head up just long enough to add, lovely to see you, Summer. There's something different about Jasper, something quiet and introspective, something sweet, but also something very removed. I can't quite put my finger on him. The only thing I know is what I've heard my dad talk about goalies being a different type of athlete than your average hockey player. You too, I tell him honestly. Thanks for meeting us today, Rhett says. I don't love dinners out before I ride. Jasper grunts. Yeah, I hear that. Playing on a full stomach makes me want to hurl. My mouth twists. I'm in for an interesting evening of trying to make conversation with Jasper. At least it will distract me from the gnawing anxiety over Rhett riding again this weekend. My phone rings loudly in my purse, much too loud in the quiet restaurant. Shit, sorry guys. I rifle through my oversized purse, desperately hoping to find it and shut it up, silently chastising myself for dumping everything in here, including receipts I'll never need. My hand closes on the vibrating block and I pull it out right as the server comes to fill our tall, slender water glasses. The name Dr. Douche flashes across my screen as I silence the ringer. My eyes shoot up to Rhett, who is staring at the phone in my hand, looking equal parts amused and murderous. When did you do that? I whisper. You left your phone unlocked one day, he mutters, peering just over my shoulder, looking like a scolded little boy who isn't sorry at all. My mouth drops open and I try to keep from laughing. Really mature, I reply as I click the phone off and toss it back in my purse while shooting Jasper an apologetic glance. Sorry about that. So tell me, have you ever been in one of Rhett's events? Not in a long time. Our seasons overlap and my schedule is usually packed with. My phone blares again and I grimace, cringing internally as I yank my phone out again. I don't bother glancing at Rhett because I can tell by the set of his body next to mine that he's ready to break something. We haven't talked much about what we are or where we're going. I want so badly to not be needy or clingy that I've been too afraid to ask. He hasn't told me anything, but his body says it all. His body says I'm his. When I pull out my phone this time, my sister's name flashes across the screen, which has my brow furrowing. She rarely calls me. I shoot a concerned look at Rhett, whose expression tells me he's equally confused. Sorry, I'm just going to take this, I announce to the two men who respond with murmurs telling me to go ahead. I slip my thumb across the screen and lift the phone to my ear. Winter? Summer, where are you right now? Her voice is arctic, like usual, but there's a thread of something else in there. I'm out for dinner, in the city or away. She's never taken an interest of where I am. I'm in the city, Winter. What's wrong? Rhett peers at me, concern etched on his face. Our dad had a heart attack. My stomach plummets. What? It's very mild, she sniffs, and I can just imagine her inspecting her nails right now, like I'm some sort of simpleton because I don't become a doctor. He's going to be okay, but he's here at the hospital if you'd like to see him. My heart thunders against my ribcage. Of course I want to see him. The words came out more forcefully than I intend as panic seeps into my veins. When did this happen? I'm already standing, shoving my arms into my coat. Okay, guys, we left off we'll just continue at the top of 292 tomorrow. So yeah, it's getting good, guys. And now there's something else the dad's going to have to know. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow, and I will see you guys then. Bye.